Well, credit to Creighton. They were really, really good. I thought they were better than the way they'd been playing. They responded in a big way. We were as bad as we've been all year. We've been practicing well. We had been playing well, and everything that got us to that, we totally abandoned. So really, really disappointed in myself to allow that to happen. We're going to have to really, really swallow our pride tomorrow and watch this film, and we're going to have to learn from it. So certainly very, very disappointed, appreciative of the fans, apologize to them that they didn't show up to watch that. But there's nothing we can do about it besides learn from it and get back to work.
Do you feel like this is a wake-up call for your team just in the sense of what's to come in this Big East schedule and how hard the road is?
Yeah, I mean, and if you don't take care of home, we've got a good home court, and you lose by 41 points. Very, very humbling. We had made so much progress, and then we just took 50 steps back. It doesn't matter about records. Creighton's always been a really, really good program. They've got talented players, and Coach McDermott does a really good job. So, you can't play in a game and you let them make 16 threes. They're a terrific shooting team. You get out-rebounded by them by 14. You only get to the free throw line 6 times. Turn the ball over 14 times. It's not like Creighton's a high-pressure team. So everything all around, top to bottom, was not good.
You've responded well to adversity this year, looking back at Santa Clara and Iowa going back-to-back, and then this run that you went on after that. How confident are you that your team will prepare the right way and kind of use this as a learning experience?
Yeah, I mean, that was about as humbling as, and I'm not an arrogant person by any means, but in 14 years of being a coach, I don't know if I've ever had one of those in a league game, opening night like that. So I'm confident in the character in the locker room, but to win in this league, it's got to be a high, high level of toughness, and certainly we didn't show that tonight.
You mentioned Creighton's threes and the rebounding and the turnovers. Is there one that's most concerning to you?
All of the above. We were not ourselves today. We had amazing ball movement. We were forcing a lot. We weren't trusting the offense that had been so good. And then, we knew there'd be a lot of threes. They shoot almost half the shots are threes, and they made a bunch. We felt like that number would get significantly better. They hadn't been making shots, but we felt like they would. But just there was no resistance. They weren't highly contested shots.
Jovan was held scoreless tonight. Trey only scored 7 points. Neither one of them played more than 18 minutes.
They just weren't doing anything. It wasn't their fault that we lost. I'm not blaming them, but the game was out of hand, and they weren't giving us a bunch. Nobody really was, so it's not like it was like their fault. I'm not putting the blame on them, but they just weren't playing great, and I wanted to give some other guys a look. Pop took advantage of it, obviously. Phillip was battling back spasms and showed great toughness to play at the 4. But you have to give something else a look when those guys aren't playing well.
Malik scored 14 tonight, kind of turned it up offensively from where he had been the last few games. You like what you see scoring?
Nothing positive tonight, but that was nice. But all around, I didn't like anything. If that's the bright spot, sure. We need him to be aggressive. He was trying, but we just collectively, it wasn't one guy, but we just, as a coaching staff, we did a poor job of getting him ready, and our guys got to be better too. So it's a collective thing. We went on that 5-game winning streak doing it together. We lost our way tonight, and there's nothing else we can do about it. Get back to work tomorrow.